about the rotator cuff muscles, the subscapularis, the infraspinatus, teres minor, is the gravity minimized and the against gravity position is the same. They're prone in both. However, in palpating the subscapularis, you might want to change positions for the palpation, because I think subscapularis is easier to palpate supine than prone. But if you want to try to get under the lats and come from this position, you can attempt to do that. I just think it's a whole lot harder. So my preference is palpate supine first if I get subscapularis. Infraspinatus, teres minor, I'm not worried about. They're easy to palpate right here. That's not a problem. Sorry. It's the subscapularis that's the issue from a palpation standpoint. So if you are spot on with your palpation of the subscapularis in prone, do it in prone. I just think it's incredibly difficult to do that way. So make sure you're right if you do it that way. I prefer supine. Flip over. Make sure when you flip supine to prone that you stay on the correct side. See, I was just palpating the left side, now I'm palpating the right side. So no. For demonstration purposes, I'm totally aware that I'm now palpating the opposite side. But on comp day, don't let that confuse you, because if you're going to get dyslexic, that's when it's going to happen. Switch them from prone to supine or vice versa. So be careful of that. And this would be one of those instances, is you palpate subscapularis supine, and you flip them back over to do the test. Make sure you go to the other side. Okay? So I just think the palpation of the subscapularis on that edge of the scapula is easier, because the lats and all that kind of get out of the way, and so you're not working through as much soft tissue as you are if you try to do a prone. Okay?
So should you go ahead and palpate both sides though for the muscle before you flip them, so you don't have them?
You can do that. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So you do both your palpations first and then flip them. I'm fine with that. Right, so do both your palpations first.
So you have to palpate twice on everything?
Yes.
Okay. Just clearing it up.
Yes, you always, because you're always palpating before you do any muscle testing, and if you can palpate while you're doing muscle testing, that's good too, but this is one of the instances that you're not going to do much palpation while you're doing the test. It's just not feasible. Okay, now you can flip back over. Okay, put your pen down, please. Thank you. Give me this. Okay, so the against gravity position, the arm is supported, the forearm is off the table. And for the subscapularis, all you're going to have to do is internally rotate. So you're going to bring your palm to the ceiling. Okay? Stabilization, this needs to stay down so you don't get shoulder extension. So big time. I think the paper might say stabilize here, but be careful, because if he does what he just did, you got to make sure you stabilize here, that he doesn't pull up on his arm. Okay? Slide out just a little bit, just a smidgen. That's good. Just so your hand doesn't hit the table. Okay, now go. And then the resistance is here, pushing him into external rotation, stabilizing here. Okay? Infraspinatus, teres minor is the exact opposite from an against gravity position. Palpation is here. Stabilization is here. You're going to take the back of your hand up towards the ceiling. Resistance is here. Okay? For gravity minimized, the rotational motions, to make them gravity minimized is very, very difficult. So you try to put the body position in a line parallel with gravity, because you're not going to get completely gravity minimized, because rotations are transverse plane type things, and they're difficult to get perfectly gravity minimized. So what you're going to do is you're going to slide all the way over towards me so that your arm's hanging straight down. And what you're going to do is, for subscapularis, you're going to take your hand and you're going to turn it all the way down like that.
Sorry.
Internal rotation. And make sure they're rotating at the arm too, and not just supinating and pronating. So you're going to have to turn their arm all the way in. Come back. And if I wanted to do a 2+, I would just resist here. So as he's turning his arm in, I'm just going to add some rotation there. Just be careful you don't skin burn people doing this. It's not like, I'm not trying to twist their skin off. I'm just giving a little bit of resistance to the rotation piece. As he's rotating in, I'm going to give him a little bit of resistance rotating out. Okay?
This is gravity.
That's gravity minimized for subscapularis. Gravity minimized for infraspinatus, teres minor is the same situation. You're just having them turn their hand out. So now you're going to turn your hand all the way out. So you're going to externally rotate. And if I was doing a 2- or 2+, I would do the same thing. I would just resist into internal Okay? So against gravity,